Well, I feel sorry for them. It's a difficult job. Well, I would say that I don't know what all the restrictions are, but generally speaking, you will have more inefficiency in the smaller names. You could look, I would say, given the time horizons, some areas like merger arbitrage might be interesting. We have this Activision Microsoft deal, which has a pretty wide delta. And Buffett seems to think that delta is not justified. That might fit in your time frames. Before you leave, you can have an outcome on that, which is good. So I would look for, what I would do in that case is I would look for quirks and anomalies. And what I would do is I would zoom in on places and things like the Value Investors Club. And because those are a bunch of pretty high quality write-ups. And I would look at the ones that were in the US or North America and see which ones of those are theses that I would buy into and kind of take it from there. So that's what I would do. I think the fact that you're running 20, 30 million is an advantage. That's a big advantage. So one of the things you could do is, are they allowed to go nano cap?
No.
What is the lowest cap they're allowed to do?
1 billion.
Oh, so sad. It's like the knife went in and then got turned. So try to stick to things that are under a couple of billion. I would take, other than something like a merger arbitrage like Activision or something, I would take the whole radar to be between 1 and 2 billion. And I would not look at these, Googles and all of that. I would just look at that space and I'd be trying to see if I can find anomalies in that space. And that's what you would try to do. And how many positions minimum?
It's fairly 30 to 50 individual names.
30?
30 to 50.
They can't put it in one name?
No.
They can't? So Buffett hired 2 managers, Todd and Ted. And he told them, because they have like 15, 20 billion each now, he says, I don't care if you put it all in one name. So that was the third issue, is that you have a very wide number of names. After 5 years of going to Turkey and drilling down all these businesses, I have 2 investments there. That's it. I just found 2 out of so many that, each trip I visited like 20 companies, and it's a market that's been clobbered, So even with all the clobbering and everything else, I still couldn't find that many, And so I think the US, there is opportunity. I think the thing that you would have to do is you would have to have a differentiated view on these businesses which have a high probability of playing out. And those are just difficult. There's a lot of smart people looking at things. But if you have an edge in some area and you can see things a little bit differently, then that edge can actually give you a big advantage. And so that can work out. Other questions? Yeah.
How do you think your background